After his album Channel Orange that was released back in 2012, a new project surfaced and left many astonished from what they heard. This was Blonde. This body of work was released back in August 20th, 2016. After a couple months of listening to the album, I strongly believe that this album would resonate heavily with teens and young adults since it includes themes of dealing with masculinity and emotions and inspired by sexual experiences, heartbreak, loss, duality, as well as trauma. As a whole, Blonde is an excellent project that I suggest many people listen to, as it consists of amazing structure, storytelling, and production. Round your city, round the clock. Many fans have theorized that this album had been sectioned off into different seasons, and also as if it were divided between night and day. Track number 9 on the album, titled Nights, is speculated to be the duality shift of Frank's personality during the story. At the 30-minute mark of the album, the exact halfway point of the project, there is an infamous beat switch that takes place, and Frank's feelings in the story make a drastic shift. With this beat switch, Frank essentially develops his storytelling through the ideas of duality, day and night, along with changing seasons. The album's noted interludes like Be Yourself, Good Guy, and Facebook Story act as if they're the shifts from season to season. This essentially separates the project into different sections that are based on Frank's mood and emotional progress seen through the album. Each season represents different phases within Frank's relationship. The first few tracks, such as Nikes and Ivy, lie in spring as they give a sense of innocence and also shows the early stages of love. Also, songs like Solo and Skyline 2, which are placed after the first interlude, give off the warmth of summer, where relationships can be at their peak. Then we get to fall, where Nights occurs and symbolizes the transition from the carefree days of the relationship and summer into self-reflection. The beat switch in Nights essentially illustrates the metaphorical sundown of the album. And finally we get to winter. Tracks like White Ferrari, Siegfried, and Godspeed are parts of the emotional winter of the album. This is where Frank Ocean is alone with his thoughts and is processing the pain of his lost love and internal struggles. The production present on these tracks are pretty minimal, which give off the cold and still nature atmosphere of winter. In this album, Frank's storytelling is very unique as it's not straightforward, nor just a linear plot. Blonde essentially operates like a collection of memories. Although that might sound disorganized, the structure also helps its fluidity. It essentially tells a very broken and non-linear story that illustrates the different complexities of love, identity, and personal growth. As mentioned previously, this album is structured in a sense around the theme of duality, which is often seen as a divided split between day and night. The day side is reflected with nostalgia and innocence, as seen on tracks like Nikes and Pink and White. On the night side, these tracks delve into themes of heartbreak, regret, and acceptance. Furthermore, songs like Ivy and Self-Control explore the theme of love and its inner workings, which include pain and beauty. All the while, White Ferrari and Siegfried are built around self-acceptance. Frank's approach at storytelling his own grief with love creates an intimate feel with the listener's own experiences with love and loss. The production present on Blonde is very minimalistic, but also holds emotional resonance, which allows Frank Ocean's storytelling to shine through. Instead of just relying on heavy instrumentation, Blonde really comes through with its layered vocals, subtle synths, and just a very atmospheric sound. For example, Ivy uses raw guitar to convey vulnerability, while Pink and White uses very rich vocals, which adds the warmth atmosphere present in the song. While Night still holds that iconic beat switch, it serves as a turning point for the whole album. Additionally, songs like White Ferrari and Siegfried showcase minimalist arrangements that put Frank's vocals on the pedestal. This restrained but very impactful production improves the emotional depth that listeners experience on this album and allows them to see Frank's perspective. In summary, Blonde is essentially a timeless album that really captures the complexity of love, self-discovery, and emotional growth. As a result of this album, I'd like to rate it a 10 out of 10 as I thoroughly enjoyed every single aspect that it offered me during my first and continuation of my listening experiences. Whether you enjoy Frank or not, this body of work is just an absolute must listen.